Vlog! 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 Look at my giant eyeballs. Hey guys, I feel like a bit of a square today.
Hello. So, today I'm going to show you one of my newest acquisitions, let's just say. One of the newest things I bought, which is not this RCA TV here, though this is a nice TV. But it is this right here, something I've been looking for probably at least 7 or 8 years. This is an RCA CED video disc player, which is capacitance electronic diode. Now I think I'm wrong. Anyway, something like that. I'll link it in the video description. Anyway, so it's a CED video disc player. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you some show you how it works, I guess. And there are other videos all over the internet, all over YouTube and other places showing you these working, but I'm going to make my own just because. Alright, so here we go. I'll turn on the TV a while, get it going, as it were. Gonna click off this light, maybe. Well, no, I'll let that on for now. But, so the TV's on. Anyway, nice TV. It's RCA color track with channel lock remote. It's got the little channel selector, volume on off, thing to add and erase channels, the brightness, the color, the contrast, and the tint settings. Now, this picture is a little out of focus on this TV, and you can't see it at all right now because it's not the VHF channels. For some reason it doesn't show at all. When there's nothing on them, they'll just be black. But this is channel 83 because this TV predates the removal of channels 70 through 83 from the UHF dial, which I could try to remember what that era is, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna let it at that. But anyway, I put it back on channel 3 and I'll turn this on, at which point static goes away because the sound's now coming from the video disc player. So before I do that, here's a video disc right here. This is actually the first one I bought. I bought this probably 7, 8, 9 years ago, maybe. Because that's what I do. I buy stuff in anticipation of finally getting a player. But this is The Kids Are Alright by the Who Group Limited. You can see there the RCA SelectaVision Video Disc logo. This is a stereo disc, and this player I got is actually, it's an SJT, doesn't say, but it's an SJT 100. I actually got it, I don't have the box right here, but I got it in the original box with the user manual, a note about removing the screws or tabs before playback, and a warranty card. The foam inserts weren't in the box, but everything else was there. I got this, by the way, for $5. Got it off Craigslist from right in my local area. The people that had it were really nice. They actually got it in their house. They moved a couple years ago into a new house, and it was something that was left in the basement. So they really had no interest in it. It needed a little bit of work. The belt, actually, if you're familiar with these, the one belt in this model drives basically most of the mechanism, and without it, it doesn't work. So I actually replaced it with a rubber band for now. I cleaned out all the gunk from the old one that basically turns into like an oil when it goes bad, and replaced it with a rubber band doubled over right now. It works, but it's not perfect, but I do what I can. But anyway, this is here's the thing, it's a capacitance electronic disc system. I don't know what I said earlier, but it's a CED. You can see here, this is an older disc. I think they're normally the older discs. It has a holder here because the older players, which this one isn't, you inserted the disc caddy by hand, ejected the disc, and then pulled the caddy out by hand, so there's a thing here to grab it. I actually like them because then you're not destroying the label grabbing it. But This is, like I said, this is a stereo disc. This player I got is actually, it's the bass player of this model, so it doesn't actually do two-sided playback, or two-sided playback. It doesn't actually do stereo playback. But here's my list of titles actually that I have. I have this nice little milk crate. It has dividers every like inch or so, which is really nice because it actually holds these really well. But here's The Thing and The Kids Are Alright, which are the two I bought initially. Then there's a bunch I just got with the player that the guy gave me. It's The French Lieutenant's Wife, the two parts of Sergeant York, Murphy's Romance, A Chorus Line, the movie, which I just watched actually for the first time on video disc. I've never seen it before. Lady Chatterley's Lover, Passion of Love, Gloria, The Happy Hooker Goes to Washington. It's a weird movie. Marie, Victory at Sea, which is a 90-minute version of the mini-series that had been on at the time. Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. And this is actually, I watched this and it skipped a couple times, which they do when they get worn out and whatever, but here's the caddy. But it's a great movie. I own it. I actually own this on videotape as well. But I can get it back in here. Then we have the Black Stallion. I don't know if I said that before, but the Black Stallion. Have Trading Places, as I already mentioned. The Parent Trap, which is a two-part movie. It's 4 sides, 2 discs. As you can see, there are actually little dots here that will show you that it's disc 1 and 2. And oftentimes you'll see these, and one of them will be for sale, or they'll sell them as 2 individual items because they don't look at them hard enough to realize that it's part 1 of 2 or part 2 of 2. But anyway, then we have Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams, part 1 and 2 of The Great Escape, which I think it's interesting. These actually don't say on the end that they're part 1 and 2. They don't have any mention of that. And the numbers, I think, is kind of funny, don't correspond to each other. They're CM12 and CM22. I mean, I guess they kind of correspond to one another, but kind of weird. Anyway, we have Eddie Murphy's Delirious. Great movie. I have that on VHS also. I have The China Syndrome, The Formula, Benji, Semi-Tough, Rocky 3, 48 Hours. And then I have this. This is Paul Simon in concert. I wish I had this disc, but this second half from about the Black Stallion back were ones my dad actually got from his friend a while ago for free. But anyway, Paul Simon in concert. This is apparently a really good disc, but I don't have the disc. It's actually the empty caddy. And presumably the disc was in the player that my dad's friend had that he then sold before my dad got back to tell him that I would want it, maybe. But either way, there we have those. Now back to the player. This is actually funny. I've had this for a while because this is another one that came from my dad. And if you notice, the colors don't match here. The caddies, when they're blue, are normally signify that it's a stereo disc. And the white tray signifies a mono disc, traditionally. Well, they never matched, and I always thought that was kind of odd. And when I put it in, this caddy is actually for Superman 3. It's part 2 of Superman 3. And I thought, that's kind of weird that it's by itself. Well, it turned out when I got this player, like a week and a half ago, that it's actually Meatballs Part 2, which is the second Meatballs movie. So what I did is I actually went on to, now I can't remember the name of it, CED Rainbow? No, that's not what it's called. Anyway, great CED site, cedmagic.com, and printed out the caddy label, and it's not very good quality. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, but it's not very good quality. It's kind of pixely, but it works. So it's printed that out on like 3 pieces of paper and taped together. So anyway, I'm going to show you Meatballs Part 2. So here we go. We'll insert the disc in here. It'll take over for me here. Push the disc in, eject the disc, eject the caddy. And then in a moment here, you will see on the screen the movie. And I'm going to turn the light off here. Maybe not. But in a moment here, you will see the movie playing. Here we go. It's a TriStar Pictures release. I love these people because most of these people I've never heard of outside of this movie. There's Kim Richards. So, in the interest of not breaking copyright, I'm gonna skip ahead, but here we have, if I go back to here, we have visual search. If I press that button, it actually will go forward. You can go forward, and you can actually also go backward, much like Laserdisc. And then there's a rapid access button beside it, and if you hit rapid access, it actually will jump ahead, and you can press this and it'll go minutes. From what I understand, they're minutes into the picture, but yeah, you have that. So like, you can skip ahead and be like, you know what, I really like this moment right here where something's happening. I don't know. They're like, here, look, this is funny. They're looking for a private place and there's an alien spaceship there. They don't see it though, because it's Meatballs. They're an idiot. They're an idiot. They're idiots. But, you know, there you go, soup. This is actually skipping here. It's not going back well. There we go. This is actually a funny scene. He's drinking whatever that is, gin, whiskey, who the heck knows, but spits it in there. But anyway, if I hit reject, then it turns it off, and then it will open this drawer for me again, and then stick the caddy back in. And see, this caddy mechanism is actually what's run by the belt, and that's what wasn't working, was it wouldn't load the disc. So it kind of makes the whole thing trash, per se. Not really trash, but it's not great without the thing, because you have to load it, you have to spin it by hand to get it to load the disc. So it's very inconvenient. But alright, here we have Semi-Tough. It's Burt Reynolds and Kristofferson. This is a mono disc. And I'm going to put this in because I think this will have the RCA opening that's also all over YouTube, but I'm going to make sure you see it on my channel too, because I'm just like that. I actually haven't played this disc yet, so this might not play well, but hopefully it will. United Artists. So that's not going to play well. I mean, it's going to play well. There's nothing against United Artists. It's not going to play the thing I'm looking for. So I'm going to have to look for something else here that I know has that. And I don't know what that is. Trading Places, maybe? I don't know. Here, you know what? Just for the heck of it, try the Happy Hooker. Joey Heatherton. Happy Hooker Goes to Washington. I think this disc has it at the beginning. But here's actually the RCA Color Track remote for my RCA Color Track TV. hopefully this one has a thing. This does have a warning on the beginning, which is unusual. Here's Vestron video. Got that nice V. Oh man. It's Canon Group. Yeah, so this is also not what I want. So, don't know where to go next. I could show you though, since this is quickly becoming me rambling a lot. Could stick the Happy Hooker back in here. Such a great name for a movie. Honestly. Thank you, 1970s. Thank you. Here I actually have, I got this play. So I'm going to have to rewind it here. Alright. So there you have that. And then this is Rock Films Limited, Sydney Rose production. And here's the Who on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. And we got some fun banter here. Run through this, basically, you know. Are you Roger? You must be Roger. Yeah, my friends call me John. Here you go. Alright, so that's about all I can play of that. That was probably too much. It's probably going to get pulled off YouTube just for that. But this is very cool, as I said. It actually has stuff on the back of it is actually from the Rolling Stones Rock and Roll Circus. But you can see here it has My Generation. It's not focusing. My Generation, I Can't Explain, Bob O'Reilly, Shout and Shimmy, Young Man Blues, Tommy Can You Hear Me, Pinball Wizard, We're Not Gonna Make It, Anywhere, Anyhow, Anywhere, Anyway, Anyhow, Anywhere, rather, Success Story, and then a medley of substitute pictures of Lily and Magic Bus, Happy Jack, Quick One While He's Away, Cobwebs and Strange Sparks, Barbara Ann, Roadrunner, or no, it's Cobwebs and Strange Sparks, Barbara Ann, Roadrunner, My Generation Blues Style, Who Are You, My Generation for the Monterey Pop Festival, Won't Get Fooled Again, Long Live Rock, and The Kids Are Alright. And it's a beautiful cover. Like, the art on it is amazing. Got the nice picture here, classic picture of the Who, along with this picture of the Who. So, hopefully I can remember what disc has the RCA SelectaVision mono opening on. Because I'm now over 20 minutes, nearly 21 minutes. So we're going to stick Trading Places in, because I know cover off, and you can actually see all the schematics and part numbers and stuff that are on the inside. So I will sit this down here, and here we see the disc, which is for some reason not doing anything. Okay, so there we go. Now my disc is working, now that I've torn it apart. But here's what I wanted to actually show you, which is the opening, the original opening for video discs, the mono discs, which is here and is of course not going to work the way I want it to. But it's a very cool opening, you know. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to rewind this again. I just love that. I could listen to that opening all day. Like I said, here we have Victory at Sea. So, really that's all I wanted to show you. I guess since I have this apart, I'll show you in the player. So you see have the disc here. And here's the caddy. That's this thing. So, if I hit rapid access, you'll actually be able to see the caddy move across the disc here. There goes or not the caddy, the needle go across the disc there, where it then sits back down on the appropriate area. And it's ejecting for some reason, so I don't know if I accidentally hit eject or not, but I'm going to roll with it. And eject the disc. So there you have that. And see, now you can see down inside here, we have the platter. I don't know if that's what's called. Whatever, we have the stuff. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's rambly, it's long, whatever. Thanks for watching, and check one of these out if you ever have the chance. Thanks for watching again. Bye.